You're born a Chihuahua. Congratulations, you've just entered the world as a 4-pound panic attack with legs. Your birth certificate should come with a warning label. Caution, contains excessive drama, unprovoked rage, and uncontrollable shaking. You're the smallest dog on Earth. Also the loudest. Also the angriest. Also the coldest. And somehow the most fashionable? Welcome to the confusing, chaotic, and often cursed experience of being born a Chihuahua, a dog so misunderstood, even your reflection wants to square up. Let's break down why your whole existence is basically a nervous breakdown in a designer harness. You're born weighing less than a mango. Blind, deaf, wrinkly, shivering. Your siblings already elbow deep in a nipple battle royale. You try to crawl. You flop. You try again. Boom. Faceplant. Congrats, you're a fetus with attitude. But give it a few weeks, and you'll be barking at furniture like it owes you money. Because your destiny? To overcompensate for your size with enough drama to cancel 3 reality shows. By the time you can walk, you're already vibrating like a phone on silent. Why? Because your nervous system runs on espresso shots and sirens. You're genetically engineered for stress and wrapped in fur so thin it makes peach fuzz look luxurious. Your human buys you a tiny sweater that says, "Too cute to handle." It's 85 degrees. You're still freezing, but you'll wear that sweater like it's body armor, because emotionally, it is. And yes, if someone rings the doorbell, you will sprint under the couch like the floor is lava, and the apocalypse is now. You bark at the wind. You bark at your reflection. You bark at a dust bunny that moved slightly too fast. Why? Because you think you're a wolf. But you look like a chicken nugget with trust issues. No one told your ego you're fun-sized. So now you operate like a security guard with no jurisdiction and a serious temper. At any given moment, you're 30 seconds away from declaring war on a leaf. You're a biological gamble wrapped in cuteness. Your kneecaps barely show up for work. Your teeth resign without notice. Your skull, a novelty item shaped like a helmet, minus the protection. Your eyeballs bulge like you're permanently witnessing a murder. Your vet knows you by name, and your owner's wallet knows despair. Every sneeze is a risk. Every meal is a dental negotiation, and every couch jump a potential orthopedic emergency. Now, let's talk image. You were born to be a dog. You became an accessory. You've been stuffed into handbags, paraded through brunches, and posed for Instagram thirst traps you never agreed to. You wanted a warm lap. You got a designer tote bag and a life of unpaid influencer work. Your dreams, peace and snacks. Your reality, glitter booties and matching outfits with your human. Yes, you're yappy. Yes, you've tried to bite the delivery guy. Yes, you sound like a smoke alarm made of rage. But here's what no one gets. You're not aggressive. You're terrified. Big hands, loud voices, grocery bags. Everything looks like a threat when you're the size of a shoe. And your only weapon? Volume. Chaos, barking like your life depends on it. Because it kinda does. Wake up. Shake. Bark at the door. Bark at the carpet. Try to jump on the couch. Miss. Try again. Land it. Shake again. Owner laughs. You bark at them for laughing. Sun hits your face. Begin slow roast. Collapse under blanket like a dramatic burrito. Repeat every 45 minutes. You didn't choose this life, but now you're viral. Your bark, used in soundboards. Your tantrums, TikTok gold. Your zoomies in a sweater, millions of views. Zero dignity. You're not a dog anymore. You're a punchline with teeth. A walking paradox. Small, but scary. Cute, but chaotic. Famous, but not respected. Your legacy? being known as the dog breed most likely to square up with a toddler and lose. Every other dog, off-leash, living their best life. You, clutched like a football because you just tried to bite a Cocker Spaniel twice your size. Your owner's apologizing again. She's just nervous. She's not usually like this. But everyone knows you are exactly like this. You weren't built for modern life. Escalators are death traps. Rain sounds like gunfire. A squirrel sprinting past triggers a full-blown psychological event. Your entire existence is a speedrun of sensory overload. You live in constant fight or flight. Mostly flight. Occasionally bark. Rarely win. The couch is Everest. The vacuum is a war criminal. And every time someone tries to pick you up, you black out from suspicion. You bark in fear. They laugh. You shake in anxiety. They say, "Aw." You lunge in panic. They call you dramatic. You're not unstable, you're misunderstood. Because when you're tiny and cute, people don't see distress. They see content. Imagine having a mental breakdown, and someone turns it into a meme called small dog energy. Every day, you stare into the mirror. Another Chihuahua stares back. You raise your lip, so do they. You bark, they bark. You lunge, they lunge. You know it's you. You just don't care. Because sometimes in a world this overwhelming, fighting yourself is the only thing that makes sense. Underneath all the chaos, the shaky tantrums, the aggressive sweater energy, and the rage barking that sounds like a fire alarm with opinions, you're loyal, you're fearless, you're weirdly magnetic. You're the first to sound the alarm, even if the intruder is a falling leaf. The first to protect your human, even if you're smaller than their shoe. And somehow, despite your anxiety-wired circuitry and snack-sized skeleton, you still think you run the house. That's not delusion. That's commitment to the bit. Yes, you've got dental drama, knees made of hopes and dreams, and a bark that could cause a minor panic at the post office. But you also have the heart of a lion in the body of a potato wearing a tutu. You don't back down. You don't give up. You love harder than any creature with that many trust issues should. You're not just a dog. You're a phenomenon. You're a lifestyle. You're a TikTok trend. You're a therapist's dream case wrapped in rhinestones. And you know what? You wouldn't want it any other way. Be patient, be gentle, and maybe don't take them to the dog park until they've finished barking at your laundry. Because beneath the anxiety, the drama, and the tiny sweater rage is a heart 10 sizes too big for its frame. They may be small, but they'll guard your soul like it's the last treat on earth, and love you like they invented it. So, yeah, it really sucks to be born a Chihuahua. But if loving too hard, shaking too much, and screaming into the void was a breed, you just nailed it.